Joey and Anna, just if I can, before we start, we've just heard the terrible news and the sad news of the passing of Rado Vidosic in the last couple of days. Most people have heard it overnight. Just from us, all of us here at the Melbourne City Football Club, we pass on our sincere condolences to Dario and the family. Devastating news. A guy that's done an enormous amount of great work in football in this country for many, many years, and also served this club with high distinction in the women's game, the academy space, and also the first team here at City. So sincere condolences to the family.
Aurelio, I know you came in at City after Rado, but he was obviously, as were you, in and around Australian football circles and had an incredible impact. Did you cross paths with him a lot? And I guess your personal experiences with Rado, I think everyone was very much touched by him in Australian football.
Yeah, we actually did our pro licence together. So I've known Rado for a long time, and he's moved around. He was at Brisbane, did some really good things there with Ange. And then he did an enormous amount of excellent work here. A really smart guy in terms of football, and a real gentleman. So, it can be a harsh environment in football sometimes, but he always was the same person, a true gentleman right through his time as a football coach. So, it was really devastating news for everyone, and he's sorely going to be missed for sure.
Just how are your players and staff? I know there's obviously turnover in football, but you've still got quite a few boys there that played under him, staff and coaches that worked alongside him. How's everyone at City doing?
Yeah, they're fine. Look, they were all really shocked because it sort of happened really, really quickly. It came out of the blue, and so they were all very, very shocked, yeah.
I guess really, try to look ahead to the game on the weekend. I'll firstly ask just health and fitness wise, how are you going? Do you lose anybody? Do you get anybody back? Is Harrison able to come in?
No, Harrison's only just turned up a couple of days ago, so he's, in terms of general fitness, he's pretty good because he looks after himself and is a really good athlete. But he's going to probably need a couple of weeks of team environment, group training. It's completely different, when you have the ball at your feet and an opponent running at you, compared to just not thinking and running in a straight line or running around an oval. So he's in generally pretty good health, but he probably needs a couple of weeks of training. And the others are coming along nicely. Daniel's done another couple of training sessions, another 3 training sessions, and we'll make a decision whether he comes with us tomorrow to Wellington or if he's going to be better benefited by staying here over the weekend and then picking up another week next week. So we'll have that discussion with him at the end of the training session. Sammy's back in. Nate's out through suspension, so he'll be missed, and everything else is status quo. Emin Jurakovic still suffering a little bit of headaches from his concussion. He started jogging the last couple of days. Kevin Romani's actually doing a fair bit of running now, so it looks like he should be joining the group next week. So in the next couple of weeks, we should start to get some more numbers back for sure.
Will Harrison and Daniel, if he doesn't travel with you, will they play, I don't know, if you've got an NPL game set up, will they play with the NPL side or just stay on the training track?
Well, our NPL game is tonight at 7 o'clock, and we have to train today, so it's probably not ideal. So, and I'm not 100% sure when the competition starts. I think this may be, or next week may be the last friendly game before season starts. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky.
How do you go about addressing, or how did you address the result on the weekend, and how do you move forward from a really uncharacteristic, I think, result and performance?
Yeah, look, we we look back at it. We had a really, again, robust discussion yesterday, and MacArthur, to be honest, the effort and everything was there, but we really got punished with our simple mistakes, our basic mistakes. And if you have a look at all the goals, they were just very simple mistakes, which is very uncharacteristic for us. So, we obviously got to do better in that area. And as I said, they were real basic mistakes. Unfortunately, in all football games, mistakes are going to cost you. And MacArthur really punished us on all those occasions. So, absolutely got to be better. But we're resolute as ever. It was a really disappointing result, but we can't sit there and cry about it. We've got to adjust a couple of things. Got to make ourselves better. Always looking and wanting to improve, and I think that's important. And I mentioned last week, we are in a really good headspace. Sometimes you get a bit of a jolt when it's a heavy defeat like that. But we got to just keep coming back and keep showing ourselves. And I think that's really important for us.
Those robust discussions you mentioned, Vidi, are they coaching driven? Were they players driven? You've got some pretty vocal leaders in that dressing room, or was it more coming from you guys or from Aziz, etc.?
No, we try to mix it up. Last week it was very much for the players. After the Auckland game, although that was a win, we didn't really start well. But that last week was really driven by the players. We facilitated that as coaches, and it was a little bit more directive yesterday for myself. So we know where we are, we know who we are, we know where we should be, but we need to do the work to actually earn it. And it was, like I said, it was a heavy defeat, very uncharacteristic for us, the way we conceded those goals, because we just generally don't concede goals like that. So if every individual can be better in their own little space, and then obviously that's going to help the team.
Because, Vidi, obviously earlier this season you had a heavy loss to Adelaide, and then you backed it up soon after by beating JDT in the Asian Champions League. Does that sort of turnaround that you've already demonstrated once this season, you can do that turnaround to give the boys heart heading into this weekend?
Yeah, I think we've shown that many times this year, and I think it's clear for us. When we start well, we're generally pretty good. In the last couple of games, it's probably been a little bit more. We've had stuttering starts. Either the first half has been poor, and then we got back into the game. Last week, again, it was a poor start that cost us early. And then when you're chasing, it makes it very difficult. So we really need to, and we've been concentrating on that. We've been discussing that. We put in some strategies also to get those starts better. And I think you should see an improvement going forward.
In terms of silver linings from the MacArthur game, Marcus Eunice coming on and scoring that good goal was one of them. Obviously, he hasn't played a hell of a lot of football in recent times. Just how fit is he at the moment, and what sort of minutes can he get this weekend?
Well, he played 30 last week and did a good job for us. Obviously, he scored. So, they're all not match fit. So, unfortunately, they're going to get their match fitness by playing in the A-League. So that's what it is. He'll get better, and as the weeks go by, having a little bit of game time and also completing a full week of training, in 2 or 3 weeks' time, they're going to be in much better position. He will be, Daniel will be, Harrison will be as well. So, and Ryan, for example, he's been in that sort of situation as well. But he's been able to come in straight away and start playing. He's not where he would like to be himself, and that was his second or third game with us. So in another 2 or 3 weeks, and with the training, he's going to be much better.
Yes. On the subject of Ryan, we talked a couple of weeks ago about how you saw him being able to play as an ace and get further up the field. But I guess with Kai now moving to the Big Apple, does that mean you've got a ready-made replacement in Ryan Teague to play as the 6?
Yeah, correct. So, that's all. That was the reason when he became available, and we had an inkling that Kai was probably going to be on his way, that he was the best player available for us, and he's played that role, and maybe he's played with a partner next to him. He's probably used to playing in a team with 2 6s, but he's a very smart player. He's got a lot of weapons in his game, and he's proven that over the last couple of years before he went away to Mechelen, that he can do that. Maybe our dynamics change a little bit because we do play with the 1-6, but as I said, he's a smart player. He reads the game really well. He's aggressive, so he's not at the level where he wants to be. But that's also understandable because he hasn't played any games this season until he came here. So, as I said, with extra weeks of training and more game time, he's going to be absolutely fine for us.
Just a few words on Kai, Biddy. I think, as you said, knew he was off for a while, but to have it confirmed, and maybe after he did land a move in the season, how pleasing is it for him, especially with Socceroos World Cup ambitions coming up?
Yeah, I'm as disappointed as I am that we're losing him, because I would have preferred to lose him at the end of the season. I'm pleased for him. I think everyone here at the club is, because, after several years in Brisbane, he took a punt by leaving an area where he was really comfortable because he wanted to improve, and he thought this was going to be the best fit for him. And since the first day that he came in here, his attitude has been first class. It was always the first guy in the front of the group. He always wanted to improve. He was always processing what he was doing at training, asking a lot of questions, and generally you have incremental improvements, but every time his small improvements were always big. So that's why he was able to have a season like he did last year. He came in here with some areas that we thought that we could improve that were a bit of a liability for him, and he certainly improved those out of sight, and had an amazing season last year. Started this year off very, very well. He's a winner. He always wants to improve. He's the perfect player, to highlight or to show off, to say here is someone who's played 100 games before he came to this club, with the appetite to be better, with the appetite to take the next step in his career, and he's achieved a lot quicker than probably he even thought. So really pleased for him. I think everyone here loves him, and everyone here wishes him the very, very best when he goes to New York. He's certainly going to be missed for sure, but I think it's another testament to the work that we do here at this club. For I wouldn't say a youngish type of player, because he was 20, 22, 23 when he came here, and still with that drive to improve, and it shows that the work that we do here, that we can get those types of players also who want it badly, to take another step and to improve their careers.
Obviously, end of the day, it's Tony Popovic's call, but do you think he's capable of kicking on and being part of that World Cup squad?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't know what's going to happen when he gets to New York. That's a different discussion. But if he continues to play, he's a smart player. He can play as we've seen, he can play in a number of roles as a 6, and definitely a central defender. If he continues his form, he's able to play on a weekly basis. I think he's a shoo-in.
And how do you reckon he's going to go in Manhattan, the Big Apple, making that adjustment to the city that never sleeps?
Yeah, from Canberra boy to Manhattan. That's a massive change. He'll love it. He'll embrace it like he did when he came to Melbourne. So he's a very clever kid, and I think once he settles in, it's going to take him a little while, obviously, to settle in. But once he gets into an apartment and he finds his way, he should be able to handle the big smoke, even though he does come from Canberra.